So, dead on your satellite maps, mark out where you found gold before, where you haven't found gold, mountains, rivers, work out the fall of the land, and try and trace it all back to a common point. Because at the moment we have gold all the way along here in scattered different areas. And this faint dark line, you might not even be able to see it. That faint dark line through there fits with everything that we know. It may not be right, it may be right. Time will tell. Well, another day on the tools. I'm back in these old wortings here, and you can see where they piled up all the rocks on the side. And I think what they were doing was they would find dirt, put it in here, and then they had water channels running all the way up from the mountains, all the way down, and then they'd feed water through here, wash all the dirt, and then they'd jump the water into the next one. That'd be washing dirt while they're cleaning this one up. And I think they got about 4 or 5 of these. And then every time they'd clean up the dirt, they'd have to pull all the rocks out and pile them up, so you can't have those getting in the way of washing your dirt. It made it too hard. But they've done a lot of work here. The gold they were looking for was in the old riverbeds. You know that because a lot of it's still got the red stain on it, and I haven't found any connected to any quartz. So, but that still doesn't mean when you find a stringer of quartz like that, still worth running your detector over it. You see I don't turn right down, but it's so mineralised. But 100% gold. Bit of tin. That's another one in the pocket. Now, heading back this way, I knew there was a old workings in this area here. I'd stumbled across them before. But when I got to this right here, which is just under there, I did find something else that was very interesting. I decided I'd follow that black line along for a while, and then I came across this little creek. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary until you looked at the other side. I don't know if that's an old riverbed or a really big talons pile. It's sort of be an old riverbed. just pull the tet out and give it a run. See what it says. Alright. Alright, so then that takes us up to here. Most of that's mining claim, so I can't go under there. But I did head up into the mountains to try and find some reefs up that way. Well, up in the hills now, and I'll have a look at this. This is all quartz to come up a long time ago, and then I had dog, isn't it? You can see the quartz, it's all over the place. Would have been a big vein of it. It's very buddy and mineralized and all the stuff you want to see in quartz. Somebody's had a little did here. Obviously it's not enough to make it viable, probably to so far away from anywhere. Be hard to move it to somewhere where you can process it. But back in the day, this stuff got formed 500 million years ago, and it's not the way you would have seen it today. Back then it would have been meters and meters above where we stand. So over time it's all been knocked down and ground up and subbed around, so eventually it makes it into a river, and then from the river it just moves further and further down. And all these big pieces tumble down the river, which is all good, but there's always a bit of rock which is going to land on top of that and smash it up. And that happens over and over and over again until it releases the gold, and the gold's by itself, or it ends up with small pieces with the gold in it. But this stuff goes from here and over thousands and thousands of years, slowly with water. It'll move a fair way, especially with the water we get here. Anyway, we'll keep moving.